Sony appears to have taken a different approach with its flagship Xperia XZ2 Premium. While other brands are pushing for bezel-less designs, the Japanese electronics giant has chosen to stick with a 16:9 aspect ratio screen with sizable top and bottom bezels. Will this gamble pay off? Let's take a closer look. The first thing you will notice about the XZ2 Premium is how similar it looks to the XZ2. However, unlike the XZ2, it has a standard 16:9 display instead of a longer 18:9 screen. What this means is you get a lot more bezel on the top and bottom, which looks out of place among today's smartphones. At 236 grams, the XZ2 Premium is really heavy. What makes things worse is its rounded glass back, which feels slippery to hold and impossible to sit properly on a table. Honestly, we find it difficult even to dial a number or take a selfie with one hand, having to balance the weight and worry about it slipping at the same time. We like the beautiful 5.8-inch HDR display on the XZ2 Premium. It has a 4K resolution which translates to 760 pixels per inch. This is one super sharp screen that pairs nicely with the dual front-firing speakers to deliver an awesome viewing experience. The lack of a headphone jack may not be an issue for some of you, but we found it a rather odd decision given Sony's push for high-res audio, which is supported only with wired headphones. Similar to most other flagship phones, the XZ2 Premium is powered by a Snapdragon 845 chip along with 6GB of RAM and 64GB of onboard storage, which is expandable by a microSD card. It is also IP68 certified, meaning it is resistant to dust and water. While the 3540 milliamps of battery is the largest yet on a Sony smartphone and can last us for a day of usage, we can't help but feel Sony could have included a bigger battery given its size. Sony has gone with an interesting combination of sensors for its first dual-lens smartphone. The primary camera has a 19-megapixel RGB sensor, while the secondary camera uses a 12-megapixel black and white sensor. Both sensors work together to capture color and contrast information, which is then processed by the new Aube Fusion Image Signal Processor in real time. Thanks to the new ISP, the XZ2 Premium now boasts ISO ratings of up to 51,200 for photos and 12,800 for videos. In our tests, photos taken with the XZ2 Premium retained a great amount of detail with really pleasing colors. Even the night shots appear sharp and relatively clean of noise, though highlights would get blown out at times. However, we won't recommend shooting above ISO 25,600 as they tend to be unusable. As expected, the dual-lens setup also allows for beautiful bokehs to be captured. The XZ2 Premium also features 4K HDR movie recording and the ability to record at 960 frames per second super slow motion in full HD. In 4K, we found the quality to be relatively detailed and clean of noise. However, the image may appear soft at times and the lack of optical image stabilization may restrict your movements. In super slow motion, indoor shots are pretty much unusable due to flickering, and dark scenes produce too much noise. We would only recommend using super slow motion outdoors in daylight to get the best results. At 1,198 Sing dollars, the XZ2 Premium is certainly priced at a premium for a flagship phone. While it may appeal to those into video and photography, we suspect most consumers are unlikely to overlook the hefty form factor, thick bezels, and not so impressive specifications when comparing it to other recent offerings from Korean and Chinese brands. Given that Sony has just announced the XZ3 at the IFA trade show, we'd recommend waiting for the XZ3 Premium if you want the latest and the best features that Sony can offer.